It's week 7 of the LCS with coverage brought to you by Alienware. I'm joined right now by Goldenglue himself, who's having a week because, of course, the Drive episode came out. But before we get to that, I just want to say that game sucked. Please, in the future, create more conflict in the games.
I thought it was pretty good, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
At the 25-minute mark, when you looked up and you saw it was still 0-0, did you pull out your phone and start watching videos on YouTube to stay awake like I did?
I had a gold bounty, 0-0-0. Had a gold bounty, so it was going well. I was doing what I wanted to do.
Yeah. No, but in games like that, like for me, it's obviously not super fun to watch. But for you guys,
Travis, I'm so sorry you didn't enjoy us winning.
I wasn't talking about the win. I was talking about the 90% of the game that happened before the win. My point is, the question I ask before I get a bunch of shitty YouTube comments that are like, "Man, Travis is such a dick to the pro players." What is it like for you playing those games? Is it fun and exciting?
When I think for them, like the enemy team, it's probably a lot more sad because they're just like losing stuff. Like it was a really slow game, but we're actually like getting stuff. We're getting dragons. We got 2 Rift Heralds. So I'm just like, all right, we'll wait till they contest us on something, and then we'll kill them. And then they finally contested us, and we killed them. So I'm like, I don't know. It's like really good when you get the first couple kills. Like that team fight felt so good afterwards. I was just like, oh yeah, like all that 25 minutes of farming. I'm like level 15 already. I'm like that was nice. But yeah, I don't know. It's just how the game played out. It's how they chose to play. I don't really think it was how we chose to play. I feel like what we did was correct.
And of course, I'm just teasing. I'm not like, how dare you give me no kills in the game, but it's just a funny situation because I think you can hear the casters just trying to find something to discuss. Like, oh, they got this. In those situations, do you ever feel pressure to make something happen, or were you just like, yeah, whatever, we're going to take this dragon, we're going to take this herald?
I definitely feel like in those games, anyone can be the difference when those really close games. So I don't really feel. I feel like this is a moment I can shine. That's kind of how I feel.
Okay. Now let's talk about the drive, which I think a lot of people have been discussing this week. The drive episode. What was it like for you going into that episode? Because I know Gabby on the broadcast already kind of asked you about it, but how did that happen? Did they approach you, just hit you up and say like, "Yo"?
Yeah. This guy Carr who works for Riot basically just came up to me and was like, "Yo, I think we want to do like a short doc on you." I'm like, "All right, like cool, let's do it, I guess."
Yeah. And then do they reach out and say, "Hey, can we go back to your hometown and interview all these people in your life?"
Yeah, they're like they're interested in my background and my football background. So I told them a little bit. Like I gave them my coach's contact, my old teammate Caden, and it kind of just they just flew out to Flower Mound. I mean, they just flew back home. I thought it was pretty crazy that they were doing that, but it was pretty cool.
And did you get a chance to see it before it came out, or did it just drop and you're like, whoa?
I think if I asked, they would have let me, but I actually didn't. I just waited until it dropped. I was pretty nervous if it was going to be good or not because, like, I didn't know if it was just going to make me look like a clown because, like, look at all this time this guy got benched, or if it was going to, like, actually resonate with people. But it looks like it turned out pretty well.
Well, I mean, it was pretty funny for you watching as they're flipping through different iterations of you in different jerseys. I think there's a moment in time where you're like, I don't even remember what team I went to, and your mom's like, team member. It was like such a great team. Was it? I mean, as you were watching that, what was kind of going through your mind?
When I was watching, I was like, damn, I was chubby. Like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, holy moly, look at those cheeks. Yeah.
Did sort of seeing your story depicted that way have any kind of effect on you? Like, does it make you look differently on your past?
Not really. It's kind of just like my story, and more people know about it now. But like, that's kind of how I've just been living. It's just like, oh, this is his background. Now just more people know about it. That's really what changed.
Yeah. And what was it like for you seeing, obviously, I know your mom comes out here frequently, but seeing interviews with the old football crew?
That was definitely nostalgic. When I saw the football footage and like the football field, and like I saw my teammates in the locker room, like that was like, oh wow, that was a whole nother life. That was like a decade ago. That's crazy.
Have you had any old family, or not family, but friends or anybody from when you were back in school reach out to you after seeing that or anything?
I actually I had a lot of people, a lot of football teammates, just a lot of friends. They were just like, wow, man, loved your video. Like, I was like, thanks, man. Like, miss you, stuff like that.
That's cool. Well, it seems like there's a lot going on at Golden Guardians today because not only are you here playing, but I know they're doing some big media day with a bunch of the other teams and players. Are you involved in that at all?
Not at all. I have nothing to do with that. I'm going to go get some food and go relax.
Okay. So you're not interacting or hanging out with any of these folks. I hear they're doing some trip tomorrow. Are you doing that?
Oh, I think we have a team dinner tonight. Actually, I might be somewhat interacting with them.
I don't know if this is me helping you remember something or
No,
if
yeah,
this
I
is
actually
you
do.
like trying to back up the.
Oh, I'm actually thankful because I completely forgot.
Okay.
I was going to make plans, but now I might have to cancel those. I'll have to figure it out now.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I could help out. Do you know any of the people that they're expanding into, or that they've added to the Golden Guardians crew?
The only one I really interacted with was Becca, but I've heard all the names. Like I've watched we picked a bunch of card game players like Tides of Time, Dog, and all them. So I play a decent amount of Legends of Runeterra, and I used to be a big fan of Hearthstone, so I know all the names. I think it's cool like that we're bringing in like pretty big names from other games.
Yeah. And then, as we were talking before this, you were kind of joking about the idea. You love the idea of quarantining yourself, as we were discussing the current health situation. What does that mean?
I mean, it was just like an off comment. I'm just saying, like, I have some friends that are like quarantining themselves. They're just like buying a bunch of food and like it's like a indefinite long LAN party where you just like play games, watch movies, and that sounds so dope. Like, I know like the current situation is really bad, but like if I can help society by just staying inside and playing video games all day, like I will. Like it feels so productive to stay inside if you quarantine yourself, So I think that's pretty cool.
You say productive.
Yeah.
Well, most people would say staying in and just playing video games and watching shows is not productive.
No, but you're helping not spread the virus. Like you're helping society by quarantining yourself.
Yes.
So it's literally it's a win-win.
Yeah. I do love I do love all the gamers that are just embracing this situation. Like, oh, I have to shut in and just like I've been training years for this.
I'm made for this. Yeah. It's my time.
Do you? I haven't asked too many of the pro players this, but have you guys been considering like, okay, there's an audience here. Does it feel weird coming to the arena? Are you nervous at all?
I'm not nervous at all. But I know some of my teammates can be nervous. Yeah, but I'm like, I probably won't get it. And even if I do, like, I'll be fine. I don't really interact with like young babies or elderly people, so I'm like, I'm not really worried about it too much. But down to quarantine myself anyway.
Good to know. I'm glad to know that you're down to quarantine yourself. Is there anything you want to say to any of the fans out there?
I just want to say thank you to all the fans who reached out after the drive video was announced. I know a lot of people like reached out and said my story was inspiring to you and like helped me through a tough time, and reading those messages made me feel really good. So yeah, thanks everyone who sent me nice messages after that video was made.
Well, thank you so much for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. You know what's nice and cool and refreshing, like this cup of ice? A great Alienware monitor. That's right. Frame rate so silky smooth that you'll just feel brand new whenever you sit down in front of it for the first time. Alienware.com/Travis, Travis 10 off. There's a link in the video description. They're also doing a giveaway. So same link. You go to Alienware.com/Travis down there. You'll be able to enter the giveaway yourself, and you can win a monitor and a desktop. And if you enter through that, it's actually super helpful for me because a lot of other people are promoting that. But if I promote it more, then I become Alienware's favorite child, and I've never been anyone's favorite child. I need this. Please help.